So I mentioned being kind of currently relevant to the US Open. I won't ask you who you think. I won't ask you about what players are in better position. I don't care honestly at all. Um, but as far as generally knowing how to play tough golf courses better, narrower fairways, taller rough, um, firm fast greens. I mean, is there a something you would tell a player psychologically this is how you should approach a super difficult golf course?
You know what? I haven't put as much thought into that one. It's probably be my shortest answer.
Sure. Yeah.
I haven't put as much thought into that. Um, I I suppose that it would be more preparation
Hmm.
that I would talk about with that type of player. So I would, you remember I don't know if they still have it on the computer game, the PlayStation game, where you could tiger proof the
Yeah.
course. So you could
Yeah.
grow the rough up, narrow the fairways. Well, tiger proof your own course when you're
Hmm.
practicing. Make your practice tougher for those events. So one of the ways that I do, I call this game Impossible Golf, and there are a bunch of different rules for it. But you could, if you hit the ball in the rough, your next shot has to be a sand wedge, right? So
Ah,
when you're playing around the court, around your own
right.
course, so it might not be real. I mean, you could hit the ball into your rough around your home course, and it's you could easily get a 7 or 6 iron
Right.
on it, but for these rules, you have to hit a sand wedge. Another one I like to play, another rule of that is if when you hit the green, when your ball is on the green, you have to drop it 5 paces directly away from the flag.
Right.
So your ball, the flag is here. If you imagine a bird's eye view, the flag is here, your ball is here. You
Hmm.
pick your ball up and you drop it one, two,
Yes.
three, four, 5 paces that way. So that actually trains us to think more about hitting the fat side of the green.
Hmm.
Because if you hit a shot to 5 feet and it's on the short side,
Hmm.
you might be dropping in the rough. Whereas if you hit it to 30 feet and you're on the fat side, at least you're going to be dropping it. If you're dropping in the rough, you've got a long chippy
Right.
run that you can play. More
That's
rules for
interesting.
that. You could play bunkers as water hazards
Hmm.
as well. So
Right.
I used to do that when I worked at IMG academies in Florida. We used to take the kids out and I would do that with them, and they would struggle. Players who were close to breaking 70 consistently, they would struggle to break 85 sometimes.
Oh.
So that really lowers their expectations as well, because they're like, wow, I'm not as good as I thought I was. There'd be a bit more frustration there.
Sure.
But again, right, Viktor Frankl, don't hide from the frustration, learn to deal with it.
For
Put
sure.
yourself in situations that frustrate you, and you learn to deal with it. But yeah, it helps lower their expectations as well. So they enter that tournament knowing the reality here, and lots of players will kind of figure out different strategies of what works. So should I hit a driver here?
Right. Right. Overtrain yourself to prepare for the difficulty that's going to happen.
Weight training, right? You don't
Yeah.
you don't grow muscle by lifting cans of beans. You grow them by lifting something heavy, and it's the
Yeah.
same in golf as well. Golf is the only sport where we train in an easier environment on a
Mm.
driving range with no consequence, wide open fairway.
Right.
It's the only sport that we do that.
Yeah.